What's up, Dion?
Hello, everyone.
Hi. It's another Wednesday, water cooler Wednesday. Hey guys,
I love the excitement.
out
I
there?
love the excitement. Hey, what kind of excitement can you get like this on a Wednesday?
Right.
Exactly.
Besides a bottle of wine, you know?
Right.
Wine
We
on
have
Wednesday.
our water because we have the water cooler, right?
Right.
Right.
Is the process water cooler than wine later?
Well, we
We're not
know.
talking
Water
about that.
wine? You know, okay, all right, we do wine out of it.
Right. But welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's another water cooler Wednesday. We ask for you to please share and like our post. Let more people know about us. So my name is Dion Branch, and I work with Real People Realty, and I have my co-host.
That would be me. Hi, everybody. Lisa Linda, otherwise known as House Money Mama in the house.
Okay.
The money lady.
That's right.
All right. And then this week we have a special guest. His name is Ricardo Williams, and he works with Lakeland Title. So welcome, Ricardo. Hey.
Hello, Dion, Lisa. How
So Ricardo's here. He's going to tell us all about the title company because none of us understand why we need them. Where'd they come from? What do they do? Like, I just know we got a title company. We need a title company, right?
Most people, I think, have, until they actually get into a mortgage transaction or have heard of a mortgage transaction through somebody else, most people don't even know what a title company is or what it does.
Right.
We pass them, like on 95th Street and stuff. We pass them. We don't really know what they do. Why are they there? I think.
So when you go down 95th Street by the Chipotle's, there's one over there. But that's not where Lakeland is.
And we just opened up a location in Evergreen Park.
Oh, okay.
On 95th in Western. I don't know exactly where, but it's on the south side of 95th Street, on the west side of the street. So northwest corner.
Okay.
We're growing.
Right. So now we know that they're there. But so Ricardo, tell me give me an example of like what's the title company? What do you all do? Like,
you know what? I don't have one of those glamour jobs, but more importantly, we protect the transaction, and we want to make sure that there's no issues with your title. Anything come back to haunt you in the past. So we do a lot of the detail behind the screen stuff that you don't know about. I'll go a little bit more in detail, but what I want to do here is tell you how important title insurance is. Anyway, let me get a little bit about myself. My name is Ricardo Williams. I'm with Lakeland Title Company, and we're based out of Naperville. And we've been around about 15 years. So one of our primary goals, or the title company, was actually instilled to protect the bank. I have an attorney that can't stand when I say that, but overall, the title company was really installed to really protect the banks. And it's because of so much wire going back and forth. So they put some preventions in place. But when you're protecting the bank, guess what? You're also protecting the consumer as well. So we're looked at it as a trusted financial institution with money. And so we want to make sure that everything is in line. We make sure our I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. We do a lot of the back end stuff that people really don't know about. But more than anything, when you purchase your house, as I go a little bit more into, that you're going to have some insurance that's going to protect you for as long as you're the owner. But these are the things that we want to go over first. And I'm gonna give you a little story here. I had a client, I have several clients who actually purchased properties, and they end up buying a property, great deal. Rico, I got it for $5,000. And guess what? When they bought the property, they didn't use a title company. And guess what? They assumed the mortgage was $5,000 and carried all the responsibility from the previous owner. So the taxes that they had to pay for, they had liens on the property. It was just a mess. And it's just one great example. If someone ever get these great deals out here that people want to, use a title company. And if they don't want to use a title company, a red flag should rise. Okay.
And that's it. I get a lot of people like, hey, this land or this house is only like $10,000. And I'm like, well, let me look a little bit into it. And then I'll see, right? Hey, you know, the taxes haven't been paid for 3, 4, 5 years. And, and there's some violations on the property. So, definitely. So even if I don't catch it, definitely the title company is the one that's gonna help us to make sure like the deed, the title is clear on the property, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, we're just going to make sure that everything is looked at. There's no issues with the title. So once again, as I mentioned before, once you purchase this property, guess what? You're not buying any issues like the person that I just mentioned. Okay. And it's so important. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start is an 8-step process that you have with title. And one of the things is that once we receive the order, and we typically get an order from your attorney, the attorney and the title company kind of work hand in hand. But once we get the order and get it processed, we have a team of abstractors that goes and pull all the information on the property. Now, if a lot of information is online through county records, but if your house is more than 30 years old, guess what? We have to send a person down to the county and go through the old file archive to look through it. It happens, very few in between, but I get screamed at, when it's taking too long. But I have to explain to my clients that we have to, go down to the county and get the information. But when we start the process, what we're going to do is step 2. We're going to collect the information regarding the owners. We're going to put any type of lien, look at any liens on the property, any encumbrance. And encumbrance is anything, any type of issue or judgment that's filed against your property. We're going to research all that stuff, as I mentioned to you, at Cook County, clerk's office or the deed of records. They have all the information, the same information that I have access to. You also have access to it as well. But guess what? We have a trained professional title examiner who's very efficient, and she does, hundreds of them a week. Okay, she's fantastic. Okay, once the information is gathered, as I mentioned to you before, the step 3 is it goes to our title examiner that I just mentioned. And what the title examiner is going to do is all the information that was gathered by the abstract team, they're going to do a chain of title. They're going to look at everything on there. What they're looking for, it goes back to forever. If it's more than 20 years and you had a recording, you had a lien on your property, you had tax issues, what they're looking for is the recording. Then secondly, they're looking for the release. They're looking for the recording, they're looking for the release. They're looking for the recording and then release. If there's not a release, guess what? It's on your title. and that in 9 times out of 10 is probably your mortgage. But if it's not your mortgage from the seller, it's probably some type of issue. Sometimes, when you're getting maybe you get a second mortgage or you're borrowing some money against your home and you pay it off. Sometimes the mortgage company sends the information directly to the client. And it's their responsibility to get a release. But guess what? They get it and it goes into a shoebox and it never get done. So when it was time for them to sell their house, guess what? They got this title on the issue on their title, a cloudy title, where and the first thing they saying is, "Hey, I paid it off. Well, guess what? We got to prove it. So that happens. So, but once that is complete, our title examiner and with Lakeland title, her name was Michelle Costello, fantastic person. she's going to issue a title commitment, and she's going to send that to Lisa. She's also going to send that to the attorney. And then the attorney is going to take the information and do their due diligence. And we're going to work hand in hand on that. Okay. And then, and sorry about that. That was step 4, was going to going to Lisa, your lender, and to your attorney. Okay. Now, once the information from the attorney and they review the title, Lisa looks at the title and make sure, looking over our shoulders. But guess what? We're looking over her shoulders to make sure everything's done. Then
yeah, that's good, because I don't know what I'm looking at anyway.
Right. Is it clear?
Yeah,
right. Lisa Lynn. Lisa don't do title.
Well, we gotta have a talk. Then. So
long as y'all got the mortgagee clause and the loan amount right, I'm good.
Well, guess what? We're gonna talk. We're gonna elevate your title game, okay?
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna take your career to another level, okay?
All right. So wait, before you go to the next thing, so what happens? Let's go back. I think it was step number 3, where you talked about that, like, say, for example, that example where you gave where they had a second mortgage. It should have been released because they got the evidence of it being paid off, but they never took the information down there. So what happens at that point?
Well, we just gotta do our due diligence. If they cannot locate the release of lien, then we have to, reach back out to their mortgage company, and sometimes we can do some back end audit. Like working with the lender may be able to verify that the mortgage shows a 0 balance, and then we just reach out to the lender. And most of the lenders or mortgage companies, they're pretty good at getting information over to us. It's not an overnight process, but it's easy. But my point of saying that the things does happen in regards to your title, and that's what we're here for. And
people, I think it's good though that you brought that up, because people. So a lot of times I explain the mortgage process just in general is like, for every one thing that I ask you to do as a borrower, there's probably about 12 things that we're doing on the back end in order to make sure that your loan goes through. So
absolutely, you take your 12 things plus my 8 things plus Dion, 15 things. And then the attorney thing, you're looking at probably about a good easy, 40 things that's moving parts in the process. And I'm gonna drip a little bit. And everyone, that's why it's so important to work with the right team.
Yeah.
And also to have the right expectation too, because with so many things going on, if any little thing goes awry, you got to take the time to fix it. You got to make sure it's taken care of, because one of the things that's really, really important, if you're doing, a purchase and it's being financed, we're not going to close if you ain't got clear title.
Right.
Absolutely. Nothing moves without the title or the money. It go hand in hand, right?
Yep.
The bank is not going to send money unless the title is clean.
Yeah.
And we're not going to close it.
And I did all that work to find I did all that work to find the house. Y'all better close the deal.
But all in all, the next step is once the information is given to your partners, back to your lender and your attorney, they're going to review it several times. And remember, in the process, we looked at the stuff once, twice, triple, quadruple. We're constantly looking at this title to make sure there's no errors involved, because guess what? It's one of your biggest assets, and we don't want to be the one that's going to prevent. We want to be the one that's going to prevent that from happening. So once the information is sent back to the attorneys, they're going to send information back to us. And then what we do, we have a processor. And what that processor is going to do is gather the information from, they're going to bring it all together. They're going to gather the information from the attorney. They're going to gather the information from your real estate, from the agent, Dion. They're going to get information from your lender. They're going to grab the loan package. They're going to bring everything together. But once they get that information, guess what they're doing? We're looking over all our partners, looking over all their partners' information. It's not that we don't trust them.
Right.
Guess what? It is so important, because we're dealing with large amounts of money. Right. And we do not want to make any errors. So we are very, detailed about and meticulous about looking at the process and make sure everything's in line.
Right.
Okay.
And I think our clients definitely appreciate that, because in the end, what they want to buy a house, but they want to buy a problem-free house. Like the last thing
Right.
they want to do is buy a house and and they don't actually own the house. So and that's the importance of the title company, right? Just to make sure that as a buyer, like that I'm getting what's right. Like I'm getting what I'm deserved. I'm going to leave free and clear of worry that this house belongs to me. I'm paying on it. It's mine. So yeah.
And absolutely, it's and guess our company motto is peace of mind every time.
Yeah.
Because when you purchase that house, we want you to have a peace of mind. It's trust, have faith. That's why it's so important you have the right partners in line, so that it's, as you mentioned, we mentioned 40 different moving parts in the process. It's really kind of hard to really know everything. So you really want to take each segment of the process and let your professional hold your hand and walk you all the way through it. Because guess what? You can get lost in it. Yeah. And believe us, we've been in the business. I've been in the business for 20 years, and Dion has a lot of experience, and so did Lisa. Guess what? We actually purchase houses too. Guess what? And it's stressful for us.
Right.
In the business. Can I get an amen for that?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but so it's so important working with the right person. But anyway, we're going to go to step 6, okay? Because now we didn't got all the information. We looked over everybody's shoulders and make sure everything's in line. And believe me, when we don't have stuff, we're calling the lender. Hey, we need the wire, and the lender's calling us. We need your closing disclosure. It's all back and forth. But I'm fortunate. I'm I'm the actually marketing relationship manager for Lakeland Title. I got the luxury job, some would say. Right, phone slam in your face several times, but hey, that's part of the business. But guess what? The ladies at the office and the guy, they are fantastic, and it's a teamwork. Even with my case, I'm the offense. I go out there, I prospect business, and they're the defense. They're the one to help who maintain the business. So as you see, it's just another moving part of the process. But going to step 6. Now we're getting ready to close. Okay. So now that we got everything ready to go, everybody's excited. You did your walkthrough, okay? Lisa then gave you the clear to close, and we excited, and the film is flowing. And guess what? Now we at the third to the last step. But this is the fun step right here. Is when you actually sitting down, and all that stress that came with the process is starting to go away, because you're actually starting to sign. And then you're going to work with our closer. And our closer is the one that's going to actually, review all of the contracts as well. It's going to get the package, going to work directly with the attorneys. It's going to administer the loan. They're going to make sure all the checks are dispersed. They're going to make sure all the I's are dotted, as I mentioned before, all the T's are crossed.
Right, that's what we have in our party at.
And then once everything is finally signed, guess what? We're going to call Lisa and say, Lisa, we're done. And Lisa, guess what? She's going to say, okay, you're done. I need you to send all those documents back to me so I can review them to make sure they signed again. So she's making sure that there's no dots missing or no T's not crossed. So as you see, we're constantly looking over and over and over and over again. And then once they look at it, the lender, they tell us, hey, it's okay to fund. And that's when we actually get all the disbursement, pay everybody, and we give you the golden nugget, the keys.
Them keys.
To your prized possession, a piece of the American dream, right? Better than that, okay? I got a little story. I got to tell this story, right? And I felt so bad, okay? But I'm gonna tell the whole world, right? But I was a loan officer, for a lender, for a while. And I remember the lady, young lady, young professional. I was a young professional at the time. And I think it just hit her that she actually bought a house, right? And so after she closed, I said, well, that's the easy part. is buying a house. The challenge part is gonna have to pay it every month on time. And she looked at me and it's just felt like, oh my God, I scared her. So anyway, it's and all this stuff that you're gonna sign at closing, it's gonna be a lot of documents. And remember, and Lisa can tell you, 95% of the information on there is to protect the lender. All you're going to get right here is you're going to have with your closer. They're going to give you a settlement statement, and the settlement statement that you're going to receive, you'll get that from your attorney as well. And a lot of the lenders, good lenders like Lisa, they have that information to you before you come to closing, and pretty much it gives you a summary of everything broken down to the penny of the whole transaction.
Right.
And once you look at your rate and you look at that settlement statement, and the numbers are in line, guess what? As long as you're making your payment, you're okay. But I do want to throw this out here as well. There's options. And if you buy your house and you have some financial situations, guess what? We have tons of resources, because I truly believe, helping somebody buy a house is just as important as helping them keep the house.
Yeah.
So guess what? You got to have faith. You got things happen. And guess what? Get a piece of it. We have all different types of programs in place to help. And Dion's connected with Robert Sanders over at South Suburban Housing Center. Oh my God, there's so many programs. So if you ever had any problem, any friends or family that have problems, guess what? Make sure, don't think twice. Pick up that phone, give Dion a call, give me a call, give Lisa a call, and guess what? We'll get you to the right people. Understood? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Right. Don't wait till the last minute. Right now, a lot of people are experiencing different things as far as not being able to pay your mortgage. So there's a lot of different services out here to definitely can help you as far as keeping your home. So let's don't wait till the last minute. Give me a call. Give Rico a call. His number is displayed right there. Let us try to make sure that we save your house. And if we don't save your house, then we can at least sell it before the bank takes it back.
Yeah.
Okay. There's profit. You probably have profit in your home that you could take that profit and use it for somewhere else. So, but
but we're not trying to scare you. We just want to make sure that you have the information that's important, and then that's one of the most important is lack of information in our community. So we want to not only is we want to be instrumental in helping you get a piece of the American dream, we want to be instrumental in getting information to you, all kind of information. So if anything that you think about, you want to have information on, what's important, just let us know. We'll find it. Okay.
Yeah.
If we don't have it, we'll create it. Okay. So just use us as a resource for your community and for everything. And we got your back. So anyway, all right. We're back to it. So now we got your keys now.
How many steps you got there, Rico?
We're excited. Everything's worked. And you got your keys and we're excited. Yes, I am a homeowner, right? But guess what? We still got a little bit of work to do, okay, on my end. So once we get that now, guess what? Now we got to take your signed documents, your warranty deed, and the warranty deed is basically we're telling you that, hey, there's no issues on your title. You got a warranty deed, you are clear. We also going to take your mortgage if you have one, unless you big pockets and you pay cash.
Right.
But most of us can't afford to pay cash for a house unless.
Lisa and I got some friends out there that have some big money. We tell them
that's right.
Give us a call every time, every week. We got some big money friends.
Most of us now. Most of them. I'm one of those most of them. Okay.
Right.
Hey, look, I have something on it now. I got something on it. I got a little skin in the game, okay? And but what we'll do here is we'll take those information and we'll make sure that it's recorded with the recorder of deeds. And what that's going to do here is make that an official transaction to protect you and the bank and show that you are the owner of the property. And it's going to stay that way and I'm gonna go backwards until you sell your house and get a release on that property. So you pay it off, you can get a release, or when you sell your house, guess what? You're still gonna get a release to remove you as the owner of record. Okay. Now, once that's done, now I'm gonna pay very close attention to step number 8. Okay. Step number 8 is your policy. Now we have a lady, her name is Ricardo Williams, my cousin. Okay. No, not really my cousin, but we got the same last name, so we always, joke around, jokingly say we're cousins. But she runs our post-closing department, and what she's going to do here is make sure. Okay, now we're looking again, right?
Yeah.
We're double checking. Okay, after we didn't get it recorded again at the county, guess what Barb's going to do? She's going to go and make sure it's recorded because she don't trust it. She's going to have to see, touch it, and then once we get a copy of that, we're going to issue you an owner's policy.
Okay.
So once you close, wait about 30 days and call your attorney. Do not stop calling them until you have an owner's policy in your hand. Once you get that owner's policy, right, put it in a nice, safe place where you can get to it until you sell your home. As much as we have done all the proof checking, looking over each other's shoulders. Now I'm up to 10 times right of us looking, not including Lisa's and not including the attorney. We still issues still can come up.
Right.
Very little.
Owner, wait a minute. So the owner policy, you get that even if you're on a mortgage?
Yes, and actually it's free. The seller pays for it.
Right.
Okay.
The seller's going to put in your transaction, seller pays for the owner's policy. So when you actually purchase that house from him, he's actually giving you proof, an insurance policy or paying for insurance policy to let you know that you're going to have a peace of mind after buying the property.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is step number 8. A lot of processes, but bottom line, I am the one that's going to give you the keys. And we're
And I thought you only just gave me the key. That was it.
I wish I had the glory part of this doing that, but no, it's a lot of that. And that's why we wanted to have this segment for everyone so that they understand, the all the parts that goes along with buying a house and how important it is to work with a very strategic partners that's very efficient at their job. And I mentioned this earlier, 50% of the job is finding the right people. If you end up, and guess what, in mortgages, things happen. Things will come up, issues. I call it the wacky world of loans. Expect the unexpected, right? So when something comes up, guess what? We have a relationship with each other where Lisa could pick up the phone and say, hey, Rico, I need this, or this issue came up. Vice versa, Dion can call me directly and say, hey, Rico, this problem came up. We need to correct it. And guess what? We correct it. Okay. Now, I work directly with the owner of the company. So my turnaround time of getting things resolved is extremely fast. So work with the right group of people, have trust in us, and I guarantee you a good experience with us, and guarantee you a great experience with us. And I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions about me, you have my number down there. Feel free to give me a call. Dion, Lisa, we're here to help.
All right. And Rico, you're with Lakeland?
I'm with Lakeland Title, and we're based out of Naperville. My telephone number is below. 773-829-3. 773-829. Threw me off. 773-829-3442. And where we peace of mind every time in the title.
That's nice. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Thank you very much. So
I'll go back and check and make sure I got my owner's title in the mail because I don't check mail all the time. So
right. I do got a word for the day. I've been in my basement, but I want to, as we get fancy now and we get bougie, we don't call it basements anymore. We call it the lower level. Okay?
Yeah.
so when you buy a house and you have a a basement / lower level, that's the new word.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you're looking for financing, contact Lisa White. She's with Geneva.
Yeah, Geneva Financial now. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Say it again. Where you at, Lisa?
Geneva. I'm with Geneva Financial now.
All right. All right. And then my name is Dion Branch. You can reach me at my phone number down there, and I work with Real People Realty. And this is part of my team. And if you need any help from us, just let us know. We thank you for joining us. We ask you to like and share.
Like and share.
Yes.
Share.
Right. Come support us at the water cooler every Wednesday, because this is what we have to give you to, we're not sipping tea, but we sipping some water. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rico.